Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. Downtown Corning is getting in the Christmas spirit with their Sparkle event taking place this weekend. Our Sonia Ellison gives us a preview and tells us people are excited about its return.
It's like a fast and furious Christmas. Food, music, sound, smells.
The Gaffer District is gearing up for its 49th annual Sparkle, happening this Saturday in Centerway Square. The holiday celebration shuts down and lights up Corning's busiest streets for a night of food, vendors, shopping, performances, and so much more.
Most importantly, in support of our small businesses and kind of appreciation of our community.
Kristen Brewer from Corning's Gaffer District helped organize Sparkle. People in the community shared a few of their favorite things about it.
It's the people, lights, the food.
The people in the parade.
Sparkle is an annual holiday staple with all the classic traditions you'd expect.
Carolers, sing-alongs, elves, like we have these fun little elves you can take selfies with.
And some new additions this year.
Here we do have a trackless train that's free for kids to ride down in the block that's the most west down by Wegmans End. We do have a woman walking around and doing some fire spinning this year, which will be kind of cool at night.
5 blocks of Market Street, along with some other streets downtown, will close Saturday afternoon at 1 so vendors and organizers can prepare for the event. There will be free parking at the Centerway Garage.
Our parking garage off of Tioga Avenue is underutilized, and you're literally steps away from the middle of the event.
I just hope it doesn't rain.
Though there is a 14 to 18% chance of rain forecasted for Saturday, the temperature should stay in the 40s.
You better come back. She's from England, I'm from Alaska. We're coming back.
Whether it's your first or 40th year at Sparkle, the Corning tradition is one of the best ways to get into the Crystal City Christmas spirit. Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News, Corning.
Elmira police have a donation drive for the Elmira Animal Shelter in honor of the late Yolanda Lopez. EPD will collect cat, dog, and animal supplies all month long to help Elmira's animal shelter. Donations of cat and dog food, toys, cleaning products, and more can be dropped off at the Records Bureau at 312 Lake Street through December 31st. 2 benefits are happening this weekend for those affected by the Tioga Downs arson that killed more than 24 horses. On Saturday, the benefit is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1116 Chambers Road in Horseheads with a holiday photo shoot and food vendors. Then on Sunday, Nichols Fire Department hosting a spaghetti dinner and basket raffle benefit from 3 to 6 p.m. All the proceeds go directly to the horseman families who are affected. Watkins Glen Mayor DiNardo confirmed the Clute Park ice rink will finally open once faulty coils in the cooling system have been replaced. Though she did not specify an opening date for the rink, she said it could take up to 6 days for the rink to be repaired by one person and fully frozen. But with multiple staffers, it could be done much sooner. The New York Department of Transportation is sending out a reminder for drivers to give snow plows their space. This is a video from Rochester where a car tried to outpace a snow plow entering the highway. As you can see, it did not turn out well. Fortunately, no one was injured in this accident, but the department says it serves well as a reminder to practice caution around snow plows. New York Representative George Santos is fighting back on Capitol Hill. The vote on his potential expulsion could happen this week. CB Cotton has the story from New York.
Representative George Santos is not backing down.
You guys like digging up stuff on me? Why don't you go dig up on other members? There's so many.
The embattled Republican is facing his 3rd expulsion vote in the House, but that bombshell ethics report could be the last straw. Investigators claim Santos, quote, blatantly stole from his campaign and suggested he use those funds at Hermes, OnlyFans, and Sephora. And fellow New York Congressman Nick LaLota says there are enough GOP votes for an expulsion.
That document in and of itself, I think, has compelled enough members to join us in voting to expel him.
This report littered in hyperbole, littered in opinion that would have no decent cop would bring this to a prosecutor or a DA and say, here's our report.
He also faces a new federal indictment alleging he stole donors' identities and used their credit cards. He's pleaded not guilty to those charges. Santos says he's not running for re-election to spare his family from an uphill battle with the press. But he's not resigning just yet. Instead, he's going on the offensive against New York Representative Jamal Bowman.
I will be filing a slew of complaints in the coming hours of today and tomorrow. After all, he pleaded to pulling a fire alarm, obstructing an official proceeding, lied about his timeline.
The expulsion vote is slated for Friday. In New York, CB Cotton, Fox News.
Just minutes before a temporary ceasefire expired, Israel and Hamas extended the deal. It comes as Secretary of State Antony Blinken returns to Israel to push for a longer truce. Greg Palcott has more.
Israel and Hamas extending their temporary ceasefire for a second time. Qatari officials say the deal will follow the terms of the previous ones. At least 10 Israeli hostages for 30 Palestinian prisoners. Another group of hostages freed Thursday. More than a dozen were released Wednesday night, including a 49-year-old Israeli-American woman whose husband remains in Hamas captivity.
When Hamas stops releasing hostages, we will stop the pause and we will resume our campaign against Hamas.
But after the extension was announced, Israeli officials say 2 men armed with an M16 rifle and a pistol opened fire at a Jerusalem bus station, leaving at least 3 people dead and several others injured. According to police, they were members of a Hamas affiliate group and were killed shortly after the attack by off-duty Israeli soldiers.
This is the same Hamas that carried out the terrible massacre on October 7th. The same Hamas that tries to kill us everywhere.
Meanwhile, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in Israel on Thursday, meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli War Cabinet. He's expected to push for a longer truce and the release of more hostages.
We have seen over the last week the very positive development of hostages coming home. This process is producing results. It's important, and we hope that it can continue.
The U.S. is also asking Israel to make any offensive in southern Gaza more moderate than its one in the north. In Tel Aviv, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
We could be headed toward a rainy weekend. We'll have your complete forecast next. Plus this.
Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger has passed away. I'm Marianne Rafferty with a look at his pivotal moves that helped shape American diplomacy. Coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, good evening. We did have a beautiful day here in place as we were underneath that blue sky, and temperatures even trying to flirt with that 50-degree threshold for our last day of November, as well as our last day here of fall, as fall includes that September, October, November, and then we'll continue to keep an eye on those winter outlooks. But in El Nino, we typically see some drier and warmer conditions, but we'll watch that potential here as we are going to head into the weekend with some changes. One, we're seeing that we keep these clear skies overnight, but we don't see much cooling. That southwesterly wind keeping those temperatures steady within those 30s. Now, we are going to say goodbye to that sunshine and watch for some increasing cloud cover associated with some shower chances for our Friday, but we're going to keep that southerly flow throughout much of the weekend, keeping those temperatures mild. Now, secondary system is going to depart on Monday. That's going to give us another round of some showers Sunday into Monday, and then following that system, we will talk about some gradual cooling. Not looking at frigid or Arctic air, but some turnaround in those temperatures is expected. So fairly mild start to our December, where we even see the start of the day there at 34 degrees, at least about 5 to 10 degrees above normal, and then high temperature holding into those mid 40s, which low 40s is normal for this time of the year. But watching this pattern here from going from talking snow showers, we're now talking rain showers in place. So rolling into that Friday, the day starts off with some areas of some sunshine, but then cloud cover increases, and we're underneath those those shower chances as we roll throughout the daytime. We'll head into our Saturday holding on to mostly cloudy skies, but you can see there's still enough moisture in the air that can't rule out a sprinkle or two underneath those overcast skies before that next system will sweep through, pulling out that moisture come that Monday forecast. So accumulation for this first round is looking to hold to about 1/4 of an inch. So even where areas have more of a deeper snowpack, there was one melting of that today. And then two, this isn't going to add any concerns for flooding potential. Maybe a little bit of ponding on the roadways where snow melt is occurring and where those rain showers do add up. But overall, we'll continue to talk about those mild temperatures pairing up with these rain showers still. If there was sunshine, we definitely would be bumping up these temperatures a bit, but with overcast skies, we'll hold to those low to mid 40s, so near normal high for this time of the year. Heading into Saturday, we get a little bit of drier weather that can bump up those temperatures, even mid 50s possible, so well above normal there as that warm air mass will be overhead. A few sprinkles possible there, you can see, especially through the Finger Lakes, and then that system is going to pass on Monday as we work our way out of this weather pattern. But continuing that southerly wind on Sunday keeps us mild, but then winds will be a bit stronger into the early work week as that system departs. So we will note that we have some of those shower chances from Sunday into Monday, and then we will see that cooling. So still 50s Sunday, but then we'll hold to those 40s and eventually fall into the 30s by the end of next work week.